Hi, I'm Rhonda Leroy with the We're Gonna Make It Right Alliance, and we have a very special guest today, award-winning actress Anoush. She's gonna tell us how she makes it go right. And she's also gonna let us know about her new movie, Mother's Day. Tell us your full name.
It's Anoush NeVart.
Great. So how do you make it right in your life?
Certain things really work well for me, and one of those things is physically, I love doing Pilates. It's just really, it helps to strengthen all of my muscles and my core and all of that stuff. And I teach voice and piano as well as being an actress. I have two master's degrees in music, and it's important to my singers and to me that we have a strong body because literally your body is like a violin case. It is the thing that encompasses your instrument, which is your voice. And being a fabulous singer yourself, you know that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so part of what's important is to take care of the body, even though I would much rather not have to do that. I have way more fun things to do. But taking care of the body is really important.
Yeah.
So Pilates sort of hits all the important things for me, strengthening and when I do it regularly, toning and all of that, which is great. And it was designed by a ballet dancer, actually. Joseph Pilates, I think was his first name was Joseph, and he actually had a horrible accident and was in a hospital bed and was basically told he would never walk again. So in a hospital bed, he figured out how to strengthen his muscles. So pretty much it's very much about rehabilitating your body. I think that's really important because as we get older, as you know, it's challenging to keep the body in good shape. So I think Pilates is really, really great for people. I also really believe that the mind is very important, that if we keep our mind alive and fresh and thinking new thoughts and, coming up with new ways to solve challenges, it's really interesting. It's like the other day something happened and I had an idea about like how to do something differently, and then I thought to myself, well, why didn't I think of that before? And it's just one of those moments where, when you're sort of in that flow of doing things well and correctly, that in fact new ideas can come and solve problems that weren't solvable before. In terms of I loved what you asked in the text that you sent me, in the email that you sent me. You said, how do you make it go right for clean air and water and food? And it's so funny because over 20 years ago, I started eating organic. And, of course, there have been times when I've fallen off the bandwagon and eaten, whatever. But for the most part, I have eaten organic. And for those people who think that that's not important or whatever, have negative opinions about that, it's very interesting to me because I have been very committed to not be part of the medical system.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a fate worse than death to me. That unless I absolutely have to, I do my best not to be part of the medical system. And I say that with all due respect to doctors and people who are working in that profession because it's a calling for many people, and that's wonderful. Western medicine has been a challenge, and when I see what pharmaceuticals are doing and how pharmaceuticals are basically trying to run and ruin the country, I think to myself, well, that's a very big statement to make. But there's a lot going on that I'm not, too happy with, and so I'm here to help shift that by staying healthy and by helping other people stay healthy. I'm an actress, and it's interesting because most of my life I was a concert pianist, and I was a music director, and I still am a music director. If I was ever called to do that, I can do that. But music director, actress, and I always thought that there was something bigger that I could be doing. And I knew that it would affect a lot of people, and because I always wanted to help a lot of people at one time. Like, it's lovely to help one person at a time, but it's really awesome to help like many people at one time.
Yeah.
And I I've been sort of searching for what is that, and then I found acting, and I was like, wow, this is like really cool. It takes all the, like, I've always been interested in people and what makes people tick and what makes this person decide to do this, but this person who's a member of the same family acts this way, and I've been very interested in the sort of like human, like interactions and all of that. So I've observed people a lot, and I've observed myself, and it's just been a very interesting process. So I come to acting, and I studied at the Beverly Hills Playhouse first. And my teacher then, Jocelyn Jones, she was amazing and is amazing. And it was very interesting because seeing the world from another person's eyes, first of all, what makes a good actor? And one of the things that makes a good actor is being able to so believably be that character that you're supposed to be, that people really get into the story with you. And then, for example, one of the most challenging movies I ever saw was Monster with Charlize Theron. And I had to see it. It was a class assignment, and I was like, why am I seeing this? But I realized that this is a woman who transformed herself. She completely transformed herself to do this part. Not just the fact that she gained weight, but she allowed herself to look not as attractive as she always is. But more importantly, seeing the world from her eyes, I actually had empathy for this character. And it's like, this is not somebody we would normally have empathy for. But with her portrayal in this story, and you see what happened, and it's like, okay, I get it. And she was brilliant in that part, absolutely brilliant. And it's like that to be an actress. It's, somebody once said, and it might have been a family member, they said, oh, acting is just lying. And I would say, actually, the opposite. Acting is telling the truth so thoroughly with every detail that it is believable when you are that character.
Yeah.
And so it's really, I think, about truth telling rather than lying. True, I'm not that character as me. I'm not being portrayed unless somebody writes a part for me or I write a part for myself, or I'm just being myself. But anyway, so I just found that to be really fascinating, that it's the utmost truth telling that is the most convincing. So in that process, like most of my life, I've been seeking for the capital T truth. So it was a challenging time, and it's so interesting because like I look at, like, how did I make that go right? How did I live on $10 a week for, food for myself, gas for my car, and food for my dog, and all of that?
Mm-hmm.
And I thank stores like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. Now, I'm not getting paid by either of those two places to say anything positive about them, but it really helped because I would go when I was hungry, and I would go and sample from their deli, and that would be my breakfast. And then I'd go to the other place and sample for lunch, and that would be my lunch. And then for dinner, I'd sample something from Trader Joe's, and that would be my dinner. I ate for the day. And that's how I got through $10 a week for like a whole summer.
Wow.
And then things shifted, and obviously things got better. But it's like one can get creative.
That's right.
When things happen. And that would never have crossed my mind to do that. So I do thank Whole Foods and Trader Joe's for helping me that summer. And so over the course of time, I've asked that question in my heart, like what is it that I need to be doing that is so fulfilling and so rewarding, aligned with my own personal integrity and ethics? Like, what is that thing? And so life has gone on, things have happened. I've been very, very lucky and booked some wonderful, wonderful jobs working with excellent artists and people. And, some of my favorites have been Sarah Jessica Parker and the girls from Sex and the City TV show. I got to do a movie with them. It was really amazing. And Sarah Jessica Parker is amazing. She is not paying me to say this. But she was truly, I was blown away by who she is. Truly extraordinary. And Kim Cattrall was unbelievable. Just wonderful connection, and Cynthia Nixon and Kim Davis. So really great people. And then my latest movie that I just did was with Gary Marshall. I got to be directed by one of my idols, my comedy idols, Gary Marshall. And it was such a pleasure to work with him and Margot Martindale. And so that's coming out April 29th of 2016 this year.
What's the name of that one?
It's called Mother's Day, actually, and it's coming
Wow.
out in time for
Mother's Day. Wow.
Right,
Cool.
indeed. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a romantic comedy, and I just think Gary Marshall is brilliant.
Oh, awesome.
Brilliant.
Truth-telling. Yes, that is the point. Whether you're in acting, in life, truth-telling, that's the point, isn't it? So this is the end of this particular episode, and I'll see you next time. This is Rhonda Leroy signing off for the We're Gonna Make It Right Alliance.